Good afternoon, folks. Chief Meteorologist Nick Lilia here, taking a look at your tropical update for today. It's July 18th of 2019. Of course, tropical update always brought to you, folks, by Pine Belt Gutters. Big thanks to them for helping us out with these. I want to start off with the temperatures in the water. Nice and warm, not quite as warm as the last couple of days in the Gulf of Mexico. We don't have any 90s on the map anymore. That's good news, but we are starting to warm things up out into the open Atlantic, down into the Caribbean. Is still maybe a little below average. They've had some extra showers and thunderstorms along the northern coast of South America recently, and then out into the open Atlantic, we're starting to warm things up too. Into the Gulf of Mexico we go. Really not much happening right now. Like I was saying, the water temperatures have cooled down a bit. Not necessarily because there's any rain out there, but we do have a couple of showers kind of swinging through on the south side of a ridge of high pressure that's building in across parts of the central United States. Some shower activity down into the Bay of Campeche, but for the most part in the Gulf of Mexico we're good and quiet. The Caribbean, very quiet. We've had a couple of waves kind of traverse over the last few days. In fact, there's one, you can barely pick it out anymore, sliding right through Jamaica right now, but outside of that, not much happening there either. We can kind of zoom back out and look at the wider picture of the entire Atlantic. And, you know, there's an upper level low out here, but outside of that, not much going on. We do, however, have a couple of things happening just off the coast and on the continent of Africa. We've got one wave that came off, another one out in front of that. We got another wave that's about to come off, another one back in behind that, and yet another one back in behind that as well. So things picking up on the African continent so far as they move over the cooler waters of the open Atlantic. They have been falling apart, but nevertheless, we do have a couple of waves out there, and this lines up with the MJO as it continues to snake its way across the globe. That just tends to happen. You get some extra showers and thunderstorms, extra waves coming off the coast. What does that mean for us? Not much, really. In all honesty, we've got some dry air out here. You can see all the dry air. That's the grayed out area on our wonderful 700 millibar moisture. The grayed out areas, 850 vorticity, the greenish areas in there. Basically, we're looking at mid-level and lower level moisture, spin. So in places where you've got some low-level spin and you've got some moisture, you probably have some showers and thunderstorms, and maybe something that we need to be paying attention to. Well, you don't have either of those things, so you get these little grayed out areas that this is basically telling you ain't nothing happening there. So let's go forward in time through Saturday. More grayed out areas into the Gulf of Mexico, out into the open Atlantic. We got a lot of this stuff. Little wave coming off the African coast. Makes it for a while. Here we are on Tuesday, but it kind of falls apart. Another one back in behind that by the time we get toward next Friday. But outside of that, I mean, we've got some dry air into the Caribbean. Nothing really happening into the Gulf of Mexico. We've always got the vorticity on the northern coast of South America. But as we head through, next weekend, really not much doing. Perhaps as we enter August, another wave coming off the African coast that may be worth watching. But I got to tell you, we're good and quiet. We'll take it after Barry as well. So there's a look at your tropical update brought to you by the good folks at Pine Belt Gutters. That's for July 18th of 2019.